And we are back with Ed Braun from the School of Computer and Technology. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, nice to see you both. Yes, really good. Yes, exciting time to be here, I think.
So, could you tell us about the variety of courses that's available to study in?
As just said, I'm the head of the School of Computer Science and Technology, which actually offers a really wide range of programs at the university. So we have undergraduate programs in construction management, mechanical engineering, automotive engineering, computer science, computer networking, and games development. And actually, what's really nice about the school, from my perspective, is that it kind of brings together subjects that are amongst the most kind of relevant in today's society, if you like. So they're subjects that are having an impact and influencing pretty much everything that we're seeing in society, and they're crucial to solving some of the big challenging questions of our time. You know, everything is digital now. You know, we're dealing with things that, like the recent ChatGPT, all of that is computing technology, computing focused, looking at sustainable energy sources and sustainable building practices. So all of those things are kind of encapsulated in the school. So it's a really lovely school to lead here at the university. And it's full of staff that are really dedicated to that. They really understand the value of their subject. So when students come and study with us, it's all about how do you, it's not just sitting and kind of listening to these lectures in this very passive kind of learning experience. It's much more practical and hands-on. You get to learn the theory, but you also get to know how to apply it. And like I said, these are the subjects that are really crucial to solving some of the challenging problems that we have today.
Cool. So you kind of touched on that practical element. What exactly does that entail? Can you go into more detail?
Yeah. So what it means is, so for example, if you're working on, if you're learning a concept, let's say a piece of theory in computing or mechanical engineering or automotive engineering, it's about sitting down and understanding that skill, those concepts, that theory, and then quite quickly going and putting that into practice. So you understand how that theory works in the real world. So it's what we call in education experiential process. So it's the idea that you get the theory and then you learn how the theory works by putting it into practice quite quickly afterwards. So for example, on computing, you get a range of lectures, but those are accompanied by practical sessions where you're taking those skills and you're really getting to grips with it. And that's really important. Employers nowadays, especially in the technology subjects, are not just interested in people who understand those theories and have all of that knowledge. They want that, but they want people who have experience of applying it. They want people that can hit the ground running in those subjects. So when you come and study with us, it's about your degree certificate, which is really important, the skills and theory and knowledge that comes, but also you build up a portfolio of practical work that can evidence you using those skills, if you like. So if you're sat in that interview once you graduate and someone says, oh, okay, can you talk me through how you might have applied this? You can say, oh, on this project that I could show you, that I could submit as a portfolio, I've done this work, and you can see how I kind of deployed those skills to a real world problem.
So what are the industry links to the course? So where does it get you in the industry?
So I think one of the things that this university in particular are really good at, and the school is hugely focused on, is not being kind of an ivory tower, if you like, that kind of traditional idea of the university being this ivory tower of knowledge where, it's very elitist. What we have here is a really good open ecosystem, which is where we work with industry partners. So we understand their needs, we understand the needs of society, and we embed that into our curriculum. So, that makes sure that our programs are meeting the skills need of industry, and also that we're developing graduates that have resilience to adapt to disruptive futures. For example, when the ChatGPT came out, there was a big ripple across all of these industries, wasn't there, around ethics, around the use of it, for even for things in universities, around students using it for assignments and things like that. And it's about preparing our students to be able to adjust dynamically to those by understanding that those are things that are happening in industry. Those are the big things that are happening. We work with our industry partners. So, for example, we've got a good collaboration on our computing program with the British Computing Society, which accredit our courses, which means we have all of the industry information coming in through there. We have lecturing teams and academic staff who, for example, on our automotive engineering, we have a guy called Rex Keane, who was a previous race engineer and did motorsports, and he's got a lot of industry connections and brings all of that into the programs. So what we want to do and what we do is we work really closely with industry to understand the needs of society, the direction of industry, and we bring that back into our programs. And of course, in doing that, we give students the skills they need for the future of work, but we also have the opportunity to understand industry needs, and we integrate that into our research as academics. So we can bring new knowledge forward that's actually really relevant to industry to support them in solving their problems, and we can embed that into our education as well, because we've got research-led programs here, and that means the programs are as cutting edge as possible.
And what sort of facilities can you offer for students?
Well, we're really lucky that the university, over the past 5 years or so, have invested heavily in our programs. We've got a brand new STEM centre that opened in 2019, so it's been open a few years, but it's got cutting-edge kind of computing labs, an automotive engineering laboratory where you can go in and see engines being stripped down and rebuilt. It's even got a Dalek in there. That's the kind of feature of the lab down there, and everyone kind of goes past and point at that one. We have brand new computing labs in there, a VR suite, of course. So VR is obviously a disruptive technology that's really gaining traction now, and AR technologies. With the recent kind of Apple launch event, you saw the Vision Pro come out, and all of these types of things. Again, really important to understand where society's heading, and that we embed those. We've got facilities to ensure that we're catering for that. So yeah, we're really lucky to have a suite of laboratories that are new, and we're always reviewing what we have and the technical requirements of industry, and making sure that students are learning on industry standard equipment. So again, it's about making sure they have the skills and expertise they need to exit and hit the ground running in their future career.
But do you have any advice to students that are looking to apply through Clearing?
Yes, I think I always think Clearing is about being selfish. Make sure that you're selfish about what's right for you. Take the time to look at universities carefully. Look at the programs, talk to the lecturing teams. Right? I always think that you've got to engage with these teams for the next 3 to 4 years of your life. Make sure you're comfortable with them. Make sure the type of program, the learning style fits you well. We have a really big drive for pastoral care here. If you come here, we want to make sure that we get to know our students as individuals. You're not just a number, and we understand your needs, and we try and tailor your experience to get you to where you want to get to. So I'd say take the time to speak to the teaching teams, get to know them a little bit, be a bit selfish. It's all about you here, and making sure that you're choosing the right university that suits your learning style, and also has the right facilities, and is likely to springboard you into the way.
So how do you personally stay connected to the latest development of the industry? How do you enhance the content into your curriculum?
So I think developing programs and curriculum or curricula is never a finish. It's never a start and a finish point. It's an ongoing process. And I think going back to that idea I spoke about having a productive ecosystem with industry is so important. Okay, so it's about making sure that we're working with industry partners, that we're civically focused as a university. So partners are coming to us to work on projects, and bringing problems to us that we might be able to help solve. And through that, we can understand, okay, what do our students need to know to be able to work in these industries? And then we can update our programs to make sure we're integrating those skills and those requirements into it. And it's about meeting the skills demand. But I think what's really crucial, especially, but actually across the board, is that students on their programs learn how to be really agile and almost high workers. So it's not just about knowing everything and then that's it. It's about being lifelong learners, really. So we make sure that our programs set students up so that they're able to engage in lifelong learning. So if there's a problem presented to them and they don't know the answer, they have the skills and the abilities to think of new answers or to find the information, so they're able to adapt to disruptive futures and not just kind of become obsolete, if you like, when things move on. So I think that there's a couple of things there. It's about making sure the program is up to date in its content from working with industry and understanding industry's needs, and also our research is really important in that, because we're pushing forward the boundaries and we want to put that into our program so they're as cutting edge as possible. But also ensuring there is a really good thread throughout our degrees that makes sure that our students are able to be resilient, adaptable individuals that can kind of be lifelong learners.
Well, thank you so much, Ed, for
okay.
coming in this morning. I hope everyone had a good day. Up next is sports, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much, Ed.
Thank
No worries. Thank you very much.